How you been anyways? What you been up to?
Oh, I just been trying to, well, I guess resolve issues within the girls' house yesterday.
Oh, how was that?
Well, it was very like I mean, I'll say this at the end. It worked out to its best of its abilities.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was a bit to get there for sure. But basically we had like a little house meeting about some issues that resolved Hazel and CG and stuff like that. And though, yeah, a long fucking story that I can't even, because I'll just paraphrase a lot of it. But yeah, there was a lot of issues with that. And then, we were kind of going some other things within, like, keeping like gang stuff like separate for people in the house that doesn't cause as many issues, because it almost redored into people getting, shot and killed, perhaps, you know what I mean? So that was pretty, because apparently, yeah, there was going to be a
Yeah, Karen, what are you saying? You didn't want to bring gang drama into the house.
yeah, so it's like it was a long kind of thing with like CJ and like Hazel and certain people feeling some type of way, whether he should be kicked out because it was bringing issues, and CG had like their own list of, Hazel didn't give these P&Y cards kind of thing. Then it was going to resort into people that he cared about getting hurt kind of thing, and they just been going at him constantly, I guess.
So they were going to come to the Carl's house because they wanted to hurt people close to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Not necessarily me specifically, but I'll get to that in a second. But it was mostly like Kitty and Max and stuff like that, and then Ray and April kind of get involved because they're kind of, with CG kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I guess they had a conversation with like Mr. K and all them, and kind of resorted to a much better solution that wasn't not necessarily the greatest, but it got it off, like Kitty and Max off the hit list, whatever that was. And then we talked about inner issues kind of back and forth, and there were some things made, like everyone had tried to have an understanding of each other, and then it got a little heated between myself and Ray. That we kind of bumped heads a lot because she feels one way of how she sees things, and I feel a different way when it comes to like certain gang stuff or people accountability and all this other shit and stuff like that. And and like I said, it got a little heated, but over time we kind of got to a point where I think everyone was cool again. But it was very fucking rocky. And then during that conversation, or because we had this at the graveyard, I guess Mr. K pulls up in a cop outfit with like Hazel and tried to, I don't know, resort some kind of negotiation about how to move forward. And so I guess he was gonna pay Mr. K instead of giving him the cards to stop fucking with him, I guess, or something of that sort.
Okay, what was the original beef? Just over PMI cards?
The original beef was something that had to do with like Hazel and CG. Like, I didn't really have all the context, but it has something to do with them specifically, and Hazel, fucking with them, and then CG fucking with them. It was bringing issues to the table of the house, I guess people felt. And Kitty felt like, why was people's first priority about kicking him out instead of worrying about his well-being? And Raymond and April's case was they don't know Hazel like that, so they don't really care as much. They felt bad, but at the same time, they don't really care for him. Yeah, they don't really know him. So why should they care to an extent? Like, if he's at fault, he's not a full victim. And if they're both in the wrong kind of thing, it's just they feel like it was bringing issues. So like that was mostly their concern at the time. And of course, where they allies being with CG, it makes a lot more sense, right?
Well, yeah, so their loyalty goes to CG because of those.
Exactly, to some extent, right? But of course, Raymond, pulled some strings and made it a little bit more better to help Hazel's situation out more That way he doesn't, they don't have to hurt people in the house kind of thing. And you know, whatever. So that kind of resorted, and then Mr. K pulled up and it was trying to send an example with Hazel, like ended up shooting a local as an example, tried to like a scare tactic. And then I
Yeah.
don't know if Kay was joking or not. I really couldn't tell you. I didn't really find it appealing, or I didn't find it funny at the time, considering everything. But he was like, "Hey, so you wouldn't want your, you know, your people get hurt, kind of thing. You know, something could happen to Kitty. I could shoot Kitty. I could shoot Gigi. I could shoot her. I could shoot, you know, whoever." And you know, certain people weren't. Was kind of joking about it, but a few of us didn't seem as a joke, and I guess Kitty didn't find it funny at the time because you know April was just like, sorry, Kitty, you know, kind of thing after it said it. And then she got really upset and gave me her key and walked away. And then
Oh
I didn't
no.
find it too like appealing about Kay saying about shooting me, which I don't know why he would even. I don't know if he was. I don't know if it was dead ass serious or not. I couldn't tell you, but considering the mind that I
What's
just
your full?
had, you know, Carmela telling me that she wanted to shoot me like this entire
Fill up
month,
my
like,
car
and
as well, I guess.
Yeah, mine
so
in
it's
full.
just like a whole thing with that, and then it kind of resorted to like it being squashed or whatever. I don't
It's
know.
a weird
But I kind of
one,
walked
like
away.
bringing
Yeah, I
in
kind of
like
walked away because I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and stand like for and be like an example of a shooting target of example kind of thing, because that's just
Yeah.
fucking weird. So I left. And then I went to the pier,
Yes, brother.
and I was gonna toss the key. Honestly,
Yeah,
I
grab
was.
this. Come on, this here.
Wait, I'm
One of you
grabbing
two.
out of the trunk.
On the floor.
Oh. Yeah, carry me, son.
Yeah, it was like a whole thing, and then we went to the pier, and then Kitty showed up, and then we talked it out about, you know, issues of how we feel about things, and we kind of, you know, got on an emotional level a little bit, and then the Ray and April showed up eventually, kind of thing. We all spoke as a collective and kind of got on common ground, kind of thing, and we went back to like a clean slate, hopefully,
Yeah.
moving forward, and we don't have to keep bringing up the past. So we'll see, but.
That's good.
Yeah, that's majority of the kind of like the summer
Seems like a
version of
long
it.
evening.
It
Alright,
was
we're
a
going.
fucking long evening, man. I couldn't even like it was just so was so on edge from everybody's point of view, kind of thing.
Mm.
But it went as best as it could. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it is a weird one, like, because, like, as much as Hazel is getting people hurt that they care about, and then it comes back to that house, and then them ending up shooting, like, people that are in the house, but, like, for example, you're in the manor, then it brings us in, and then it just becomes messy.
Well, that's the thing. Like what was like, and like no, but like a few of us like wasn't like even batting an eye with it, saying like, oh, like we'll shoot Gigi, knowing our connections or relationship with CG, so it doesn't make any sense to do that, right? It really confused the fuck out of me, so I was just like, I'm not gonna stay here for it, honestly. Just left.
You know what I'm swearing?